Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you on based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At ease, brothers. You know what's funny, man? It's funny that, you know, when everybody is going through something, man, like when we're going through something, because I'm talking to everybody. When we're going through something, it seems like we're the only ones going through it. And I'll be honest, I thought that for a long time. Like when I was going through my trials and tribulations, it seems like in that moment, like, damn, like I'm the only one going through this. You know? Because you can back out of your driveway and you can see your neighbors waving like life is all good. You can go to church and you can see the brothers and the sisters and everybody shucking and jiving on pulpits. You like, damn, everybody's life is gravy except mine. You can go to work, man. Everybody's sitting in their cubicles just smiling and talking about where they going for vacation. Everywhere you go, man, it just seems like everybody's like social media. I mean, we ain't got to talk about the gram in the book. There's nobody on the gram or the book whose life is not on 10. So when you're going through something, man, it seems like you're the only one going through it, bro. Trust me, I know. Seems like you're the only one going through it. But I'm telling you this, man. Everybody's experiencing life. Of course, it looks different for everybody, but I'm telling you, bro, everybody's experiencing life. Everybody is experiencing the trials and tribulations that you're going through. And of course, you know, I'll say this. Like a lot of people say things like, oh man, well, money is not all that and we shouldn't talk. I'm gonna tell you this. Money will solve a huge percentage of it. You get your bag up, you get a better job, you get a whatever. Money will solve a huge percentage of it. Let's not front. But even people that have certain amount of zeros and commas in the bank are still having problems. They're still having issues. They're still having relationship issues. They're still having issues with their kids. They're still getting diagnosis from doctors and a plethora of other things that can affect our daily lives. It just seems like when you're going through it, bro, that you're the only one in it. And I'm gonna tell you, when I realized this was, you know, when me and my brothers in a circle, of course, y'all know I love my brothers in a circle, man. You know, we all get to chopping, man. And after a while, you know, it was like, dang, bro, like you having the same problem. Oh, you having the same? Oh, you went through that too. It's like, man, it's like nobody's immune to this. So the first thing you have to understand, man, is everybody's going through it. Put your big boy boots on, man, and go through this thing, man. But I want to tell you today, brothers, you have to stand your ground and hold your position. You have to stand your ground and hold your position. Meaning don't fall. Meaning stay the mission. Because this is what'll happen, man. When you think you're the only one in it, bro, you'll quickly get in this funk. You'll quickly get in this surrender mode. You'll quickly get in this place where this zone where you're like, you know what, man, I'm tired of playing the game. Like if I'm looking around and everybody else is winning, like I'm tired of playing. Like, why is it always happening to me? Like, why can't I climb out? Why is everybody winning except me? And brother, you'll start desiring to wave that white flag. But you can't surrender, brother. You have to stand your ground. You got to think about something, man. And of course, I ain't trying to get all religious or, you know, but I'm gonna tell you this, man. When I talk about that source. When I talk about that source and God and all these things and this entity, But you got to understand, man, that source, it doesn't miss. It doesn't miss. And if I'm honest with myself, if I'm honest with my brothers and sisters watching, man, there are sometimes I can be going through life and something happen, and hell, I'll sit in this chair right here and sit here and go to battle with that source. And when I say battle, meaning saying, dang, like I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I'm moving like this. I'm moving like this. Why am I still having these issues? But when I sit and just think about it, man, it's like these issues are life. These issues are really what I want to experience if I'm going to be here. Because anybody can sit back and go to service on Sundays and read through Psalms and listen to the pastor talk and walk out with their chest up when life is good. Anybody can get amongst their brothers and sisters, man, and talk about all the good times and all these other things. Anybody can go to work and talk about when life is good and how good the relationship is. But let something fall off, man. It's like, now let's see if you really about that life. Now let's see if you really gonna stand on that stuff you talking about. Stand your ground, hold your position, brothers. And when I say hold your position, really all I'm saying is hold that vision. Stand your ground, hold that vision, regardless of what you see around yourself, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what the doctor said, your boss said you got 2 weeks left on the job. Hold your ground, brother. Stay in that thing. It's everything, bro. It's everything. Like again, like what's the challenge? What's the challenge of like how are you being proven? How are you being tested when everything is good, man? You got to understand, man. I'm telling you, and I've said this a billion times. The growth is in the bottom. And I'm not saying it's always about the bottom, but just the growth is in obstacles. The growth is in the hurdles. But we have to stand our ground and stay in that vision, bro. This is the thing, man. When you're down in that quote unquote funk, and you're like, man, I'm on my last limb, man. I'm real close to waving this white flag. You gotta understand, man. You're in a position, man, where the smallest thing can throw you off now. So when I say stay in your vision, the smallest thing can throw you off. You know what I'm saying? You might have got all of a sudden you got to go get second, third, fourth job. And you're like, damn it, man, I can't live like this forever. You know what I'm saying? You might have had a wife. We came home, wife then moved out, took the kids with you. Now you sitting there in an empty home. Stay in that purpose, bro. Whatever your vision has been, and I said this all the time, you got to understand that world is going to crumble in order for you to grow. Nobody's growth is like this. No, nobody's growth is like this. It takes hurdles, man. I'm telling you, brother, stand your ground. And when I say stand your ground, what I'm really saying is don't let this world knock you off center. Don't let it knock you off center. If your goal is to be in another city or at another part of your job or doing a different thing, being an entrepreneur, being whatever, and something happens where it looks like, you know what? Oh, damn, like I was headed here, but now that I done took this blow to the ribs, now I got to look at a whole different direction. No, brother, keep focused on where you were going. Keep focused on where you were going, man. I'm telling you, that entity that I talk about, it don't miss, bro. It don't miss if you stay in it. And as I'm saying this to y'all know I'm talking to myself as well, because I have the same problems y'all have. You have the same problems I have. Stay in that thing, brothers. Stay in that thing, sisters. And when I say stay in it, man, stay in that truth. Whatever truth you determine, don't come out of it. When it talks about praying without ceasing, that's what it means. When your Bible talks about praying without ceasing, this is what it means. Again, it's easy to walk in that I am when it's all to the gravy. But when something happens, are you going to still be in it? Are you going to still be in it? I'm telling you, brother, it's everything. And you gotta understand, man, when that tide comes and that boat get to rocking, you gotta understand, man, like, damn, I'm at the finish line now. Because now I'm being tested. Now I can sit there and quote all these scriptures and do all these things, but when life starts to happen, it's like now I'm being tested. So once I get past this, I'm across the threshold. I'm across the threshold, man, but you have to stay in it. You have to stay in it, man. And I'm talking about anything, bro. I'm just simply talking about staying in your dreams, staying in your goals, staying on mission. Taking that gunshot and staying in it, man. Sisters, I'm talking about you too. You know, there might be a lot of people, man, that hell, we can look at relationships, man. There might be brothers or sisters that, you know, that you were finna get with. You know it's your person. And you ain't talked to them in 20 years. You ain't talked to them in 6 months. You ain't talked to them in 3 weeks. But since, you know that's your person, but since something happened, y'all done stopped talking for 5 days. Now you off mission. Y'all been talking about getting married. Y'all been ring shopping. Y'all been planning destination weddings for all this time. Y'all done got dang pretty much done it all. And y'all done had a falling out over some BS. Now y'all 3 or 4 days in different directions. What's the first thing you gonna do? I'm gonna tell you what some of us brothers used to do. I'm gonna tell you how I used to roll back in my young days, man. I'm in an argument with somebody. We break up for 3-4 days. I'm acting like I'm back for the streets. I'm back for the streets. Sisters, y'all do the same thing. Cause I'm gonna tell you this, sisters do the same thing. Cause I can tell when a sister, y'all brothers got those sisters, man, that call you every 5-6 months. You don't hear from them, but when they call you, like, oh, her and her dude done had an argument. Now she calling with the hey big head, let's go have a drink, so let's go eat a meal. When really you need to be like, girl, go back to your man. Like I understand what this is. Let's have a 2 or 3 minute conversation. You want to vent? Okay, we cool. Vent. Go back to your man. Don't stay in the vision. Stay in your ground. Stay in the vision. It's everything, bro. It's everything, man. So again, man, just know that what you going through, it ain't just you. Like the whole world is going through a thing. Especially with the world moving like it's moving now, man. Everybody is experiencing life right now. We're all experiencing life. But my message to you, brothers and sisters, is to simply stay in it. Like this is what we talk about all the time. This is what we've been talking about for 2 or 3 years. Staying in it, transitioning, getting to that full state of awakening, defining our own truth. I'm gonna tell you this, man, and I've said this, brother, but you gotta understand when you define that truth, nothing can take you out of it. You gotta understand that when you're going through these times, whether it's hard times, whether it's relationship, whether it's money, whether it's health, you're just at the bottom of your truth. You can't go past that because it's your truth. But the good thing about being at the bottom, man, is like it's an awareness. It allows you to look down and say, oh snap, I see where I used to be. I don't want to go there no more. It makes you dig harder. It makes you become more disciplined. It makes you decide to put more action into raising your truth to something else. I'm telling you, man, life is a beautiful thing, but you really don't understand how beautiful it is, man, until you go through the hard times, until you go through the struggle. Man, we have to fall in love with walking through the fire. You know what I'm saying? We have to fall in love. I'm gonna say it like this. We have to fall in love with the pain of not having those things that we know we deserve or know we want, and know that we have to be patient. Again, man, you might have some things that you're walking in your I am, and you see as your truth, and you see as your end goal, whether it's objects, whether it's people, whether it's whatever. You have to stay in it, man. You got to say, you know what? I know how this story is going to end. I know how this story is going to end because I understand the creation process. I understand the strength of what I'm standing on. I understand the power of the entity that I'm always talking about, that I'm pouring my energy into. Y'all have heard me say it before, man. I wouldn't even quote unquote, and I'll use the word for the lack of a better, I wouldn't even serve or worship an entity that wasn't governed by solid law. I wouldn't even talk about an entity that's about a roll of the dice. I wouldn't do it. This is me personally. I'm not saying what you should do. I wouldn't do it. So for me to get on here and say this, brother, I'm telling you, man, this energy that we talk about all the time is just. It's solid. It's zero frequency. It can't miss. That's all I'm saying, brothers. Stand your ground. Hold your position.